Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Study is coming out. My fucking algorithm is just filled with shitty ass fucking builds. And I don't know if people are trolling or just people don't remember what it's like to start out as a Dex Mage, or they don't have any experience. I don't know. But there's a lot of shit information out there, so I'm here to fill you with not shit information. Hopefully you find this before you find that other shit, and that helps you out. I'm using Mortal Codex. This is a new thing. I like it. It's prettier to me than the old one. Maybe it's because it's new, but yeah, fuck it. Here we go. So Dex Mages. Okay, Dex Mages starting out. A whole game starting out. Everybody's gonna be really fucking squishy. No trinkets. No masteries. Nothing like that. Shitty gear. It's gonna be really hard. And that's why my build is going to be look different than other builds you're seeing, because some of these guys are building like they would an end level like Dex Mage, and that's going to fuck them, and I hope they do. Anyway, so here's where I'm going to put mine at. Okay, so age 50, height min, again, we're Shiva. That goes without saying, male, female, doesn't matter. Okay, so fit. So fit is going to get us no negatives. If anything, we'll just be a little bit stronger for bigger daggers, because there's going to be daggers in this build, and you don't got to keep them forever, but I do think they are going to be super key to the beginning. It is a big part of this build. Personally, I'm going to go lean, and I'm probably going to go the bottom side of lean, so eventually, when I do drop down to skeletal, I don't got as far to go. But I'm going to hang out at lean. That's going to give me more speed, and speed's king, okay? And I'll still have enough strength to put on a good cuprum dagger, a jadeite dagger, and be able to PvE stuff down, shred that down without burning mana, be able to shred other mages so that I'm not sitting there trying to get in a spurt fucking fight or some other bullshit, whatever those fucking retards are doing. So let's jump right into this. Here's what your stats look like. You're gonna be fast. You're gonna be fast as fuck. I know Vilas, everybody's like, oh, they're faster. If they're running faster than you at the beginning of the game, just stick close to your Thursars. They're gonna fucking shred them. If they're running like a lean Vila build, they're gonna have like 10 less health, just like you are having 10 less health, and they're gonna get smacked the fuck up by some of those guys. So later on, yes, they will be faster. I think your good Vilas are going to go fit or stout at the beginning, and then later transition. We got enough con here. We're looking pretty good as far as health goes. I like this 165. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. Psych is enough. At 81, and then our intelligence is 110. So intelligence key is to be above 100, and then every 10 after that is going to give you big gains. If you haven't played a mage, if you're a new player seeing this, hopefully you are seeing this and not the other ones. What that breaks down to is just more, not just mana, but more spell power, and you see that about every 10 attributes. So like if I get up here and I have 111 versus 110, not a big difference, but 113, not a big difference. 115, but like 120, boom, then I'll start seeing those a big jump. Skill point wise, so this is going to be, you got your vitalism, your mana regeneration, got to have those. Mental tree, training tree, got to have all those. That's no brainers here. Athletics, those are secondary, so that's why those are just filled out. Writing, and so this is good for everybody. I keep mounted magery on all of my builds for the most part. Sometimes I'll take it off here and there if I'm doing a lot of dungeon stuff, but for the most part, this is really good, especially early game and new players. It's going to provide you that safety to stay on your mount and be able to, maybe outburst another player's horse down to get away or to catch up to them, and also PvE. So you're going to be able to kite stuff around and stay on your horse, and that'll be good. Okay, so armor training, cool. We're 70-70 here. We've got a nice free armor weight at 10 kilos, so that's good. That's more than we are going to wear. You're going to be looking for high pierce armors, so hornscale silks, anything that's going to get you higher in pierce range armors, whatever. But this is a very healthy number, especially for a mage. Everybody that plays a mage, you'll see, or if you see videos of mages, you'll see a lot of them borderline naked, or they are naked because they are trying to keep their mana regen up for those big fights. Small fights, you'll keep your armor on, and PvE, you'll keep your armor on. But yeah, let's roll it down. Don't need any of that. Okay, melee combat. Cool. We'll have that. We'll have daggers. Daggers is going to be a good part because again, you get in a fight with a mage, just walk up and start stabbing the fuck out of them. You're going to interrupt their cast because they're not going to have the mastery for it. Also, you don't want to be a mage fight because if they're a better mage than you, then they're going to interrupt your cast. So you're fucked. So just walk up and stab that motherfucker. Also, if you're running around with your gang, and you're helping them out and you're just like the heal guy for the PvE content, cool. You don't need to be burning a bunch of mana doing fucking lightning and T-lashes and dumb shit. You could just walk up and just be stabbing shit with your boys the whole time and then back off and do some healing. Schools. Okay, so schools are kind of a hot topic here. We don't know what scrolls everything's going to be in the game. As far as like ecumenical, it's their elementalisms, their necromancy. We're not sure. Maybe there's only the first half of the tree of necromancy because the necro dungeon there's no necro dungeon over there. There's no way to get those higher level necromancy scrolls, so that'll be interesting. Anyways, yeah, I just put the 100 points into there. You can take them out. You can move that around however you want. You'll see things in here. I have 100 points into like swimming, okay, or 87 points because this is like this is good for me in the way I play. If I didn't want to do swimming, you could easily just put those into sprinting. If I wasn't going to do like necromancy, let's say, just throw them into like blocking. If you do have to parry somebody or have to block us, at least we're going to mitigate some damage. Potion utilization, if you're able to get potions early on, not a bad move. Drinking a potion saves you mana, whether it's a spell reflect or purify potion, that is saving you mana. So that is actually, it's nice to have even as a mage. Healing potions, key. And probably won't be making those right out the gate or a lot of them like we see in Maryland, but hopefully there's some bandit pots you can farm up, things like that. All right, so here's our skills. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm looking at here. Some of this is going to be fixate it however you want. This is what mine's going to look like. Boom. Let's go into clades. Everybody's clades as an Alvaran, even footies, look like this. This is your clade tree. If you're a footy, you probably have this. But if you're a mage, you don't need bow training. So I'll take Faunus, Stone Shaper, and Stone Shaper too. And that'll help me mine and butcher and make more money and all that bullshit. If you want to be an alchemist, you can go into the alchemist tree. If you're like, hey, I like this idea of swimming, you could have this. Once you have all the swimming talents, though, you don't actually really need it. It's kind of a waste. Yeah, that's your clay. My clay gifts. All right, mastery. Okay, so I did fill this all out, so it's kind of crazy. Looks confusing. Let's just take it down to nothing, and I'll just show you the beginning levels of it. And we can talk a little bit about it. Okay, so right off the rip, first mastery you're going to get is here into here. Now you can't be interrupted by physical attacks when you are like casting. Okay, so that's super key. All right, now next one, I'm actually going to go. You might think intelligence. I know, it's crazy, but we're not. We're going to go into raw dex. It's more points. We want to get as many points. That's kind of the key about all these down here is taking all these 4 attribute points. Attribute points are really just like a really nice, a good base to have. So I will take these, and then after this, I will go up here, and I will take health. And so that's going to give me more survivability. From here, I will go mana, and I will have more mana. Now from here, that is kind of up to you. Okay, if you want to go, spell power, go spell power. Not a bad option. If you want to go into just more attribute points, I'll probably fill out my attribute points. Depends on how fast I'm clading too. Like, it just depends on how good and how fast I'm moving as far as levels go. I think that's going to be really key too, is finding a good spot or a good group and then holding it and then clading fast. Yeah, so from here, it's very much up to you. I don't find that the mana regen is super vital. Now, I'm not a fucking retard, so I'm not just running around throwing offensive spells and missing. I understand my position as a mage is to support my team. It is not to be the hero. Um, sure, it feels great when you get a fucking flame strike off or a T-Lash and you kill that guy. You thread that fucking spell through an army of dudes and kill them. But ultimately, if you're throwing around that much mana, you're probably going to fuck over your team. Like you're going to run out of healing or purifies, or you should just be spreading around corrupts, things like that. You're not the main character. You're not the hero of it. You are the utility of it. Okay. So from here, I will actually probably not put any mana regen into my build. We can debate it, but that's my personal. Survival is key. I do think that having runners high more often is good for you. That helps you get into position, helps you get, if you are out of position, helps you, if you fuck up and they're too far on one flank or too far on another flank, or if your front line fucks up, or if your midline fucks up and they're diving you, like, oh, I got some get up and go. And it's going to come back off cooldown. So that's my opinion on running that. Spell power, I will run more spell power for my schools. I might not have necromancy, but if I did, there it is. Probably do ecumenical would be my first one, just because, again, I am the utility of my team. So bigger heals. Okay. Let's say necromancy. Let's say we did not spiritism, because fuck that. Let's go into elementalism. Where does that end? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. And then we can go here. We can go physical resistances. Boom. Awesome. We want to have pierce for sure. It's always pierce assholes that get you. And then we don't need magic. Yes, slash. It's always a guy with a sword chasing you down. You could have blunt. You could go full resistances. 100%. You could do that. It just kind of limits you on other things. You could do that, and then you could go full stamina. Boom. I think this would be a. We can't go full stamina. Here we go. Mostly full stamina. This is not a bad build. Okay. This is not a bad way to play it. Is there other ways to play it? For sure, but that's your mastery tree. I don't think there's like a super key meta outside of what I initially showed you, which was your casting, your spell power, your health, your mana, your traits. This is debatable. Stamina could be debatable. Again, is that really going to save you in the end? Who knows? And you're probably going to want some of these other things if you're a crafter, if you're a miner, things like that. So you might not have all these points. This is how I would build my mage starting out. Okay, so let's end that there. And then starting now, we will go to end game, what I'm going to be looking at. And really all it is me going down to skeletal. Okay, so here I am. I've got 131 Dex. Awesome. I'm going to have, I know this health is concerning. Okay, I'm not going to go skeletal until I have max health and max mana rings. Okay, and then I'm going to probably not end up using daggers anymore. So I'm going to drop that off. I'm going to pick this up a little bit more. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so I'd be somewhere floating around 155. My skills, it's going to depend. I can drop daggers now, and I can pick up potion utilization. I can pick up whatever I want. But this is end tier. What I'm looking at when I have my trinkets, when I have everything. But for the beginning, I will say this. This is going to be your key. And we got to shrink this down. Perfect. So here you are. Daggers wise, your daggers will be decent. Okay, you're gonna have some decent daggers that you will be able to stab people with. Some cup room is going to be available. Good pierce damage, some jadeite, because you're going to be getting lots of Sabura powder. So run those jadeite, run those cup room daggers, and help your team out. All right, guys, that's going to wrap this up. You got questions? If you think this is a shit build, go for it. Tell me about it. Debate me on it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Have a good one, guys.